Hello and welcome, folks. This is Larry Lonsby Jr. This is the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge, and this is day 100. This is the final day of the challenge, and it's been quite a journey. Today I worked on basically just gathering all the pages and the material, putting the pages in order, and seeing what things I have left to work on as far as like some of the pencil roughs and getting some inks and some direction. I'm going to go over with some of the pages that I have eventually with Robert Johnson and see if he has any pointers or anything that he might like to add or anything like that as far as like helping me out with it. That'll happen down the line when I get the complete story finished. But so today was spent kind of like in reflection and working on tweaking the script. I had it finally, the overall plot and everything written out, but I had to go back and I had to tweak some things because as anything, as you know, as a creator, you all know that sometimes during the process things change, characters kind of come to life on their own, and stuff moves on its own when you're in that zone creating stuff. So sometimes you just have to tweak stuff, go back and just change things sometimes. I guess I like to reflect on the past 100 days of making this comic. I started out with an idea, I fleshed it out with concept, and I really never had an idea of what I was doing until I started. Then the story just flourished and the characters started flourishing, and then there was a direction that I went in. I think that's part of the best of the challenge. It brought out the creativity in me in order to create something that I think is really cool because, like I said, with the Tezlon stuff, I've had history with it, I've done comics with it, I've had an idea of it. This one I specifically just started with the challenge, and it blossomed into something really cool, I think, and when it's done, I'll be awfully proud of the project that I've worked on. I would like to say thanks to a lot of people that either checked in or offered words. I mean, I can't thank you guys all so much for being with me on that journey. You know what I mean? A lot of you, like Clay, Robert, Pepper, Marv, Yan, Peter, Steve, Doug Freeman, Marshall Lee, Jay Allen, Java, Teresa, and there's Peter. They've all at some point made comments or have liked it or just was on that journey, especially with Tyler Blake's cast. I followed that really religiously, and Clay, his cast, and some of Pepper's and Marshall Lee's and Peter's and Robert Johnson's. A lot of the cast I kept on, and Teresa's cast. A lot of inspiration coming from those, and all of yours. Everybody that I've checked as at some point has helped me realize the true definition of like comics. You know what I mean? Like the creativity behind it, just seeing everyone work and offer their suggestions and things of that nature. And I really thank you guys deeply from my heart that it helped out a lot with my journey through this process. It's been a healing for me too, because I've said in the past, yeah, I've had depression and bipolar issues, and this whole journey has helped me and transformed me and changed me and gotten me back into the game of comics. Something that I shied away from or drifted away from because of those problems, having depression issues and things like that. Now I'm in a better place. Now I'm in a creative place and in a loving place, and I thank all of you creators that at some point or time had something to do with lifting me up and dusting me off and showing me that there is the light. You know what I mean? And I have to thank Oba from the Astral Traveler, because his journey is really exciting for me, and I really can't wait to finish the book, and I hope people like it. But his journey still continues. Even after this 100-day challenge, I still will be posting at least 3 times a week, at least. That's my goal. Updates on the comic, and until it's done, until the finished product is done, the book is done, and I can just be a storyteller and just get it out there. At this point, I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to have a graphic novel printed, if I'm just going to throw it online. I'll revisit that, maybe take some suggestions from friends and see where it goes after, I get the pages all finished and lettered and colored or toned or whatever happens to come that way. But I'd have to say, reflection-wise, the 100-day challenge means to me dedication, really dedication, because you have to be dedicated to finish this challenge. Because it's a lot of work. I mean, it's not just like working on a comic. It's taking aside time out of your busy schedule to make it important enough to work on it. So that to me is truly, truly, truly dedication. So, and there's a lot of other things that I think go with the meaning of it. It's courage too, because you have to be courageous to go at an idea and just make it form. Make it so that it becomes something that you can deal with for 100 days. I mean, sometimes you can get into something and then halfway through, maybe you don't care for it, you don't like it anymore. Sometimes that happens. I've worked on series before where I got halfway through and I was like, I don't even know if I like how this started out, or I don't even know if I'm enjoying this. But with Oba and his travels in this series, I've kind of shown courage, just trying to experiment, especially with new things that I've learned with the perspective and panels and learning stuff from you other creators on seeing your videos and taking a chance. So I truly think that's courageous. And just like dedication and strength, there's dedication and courage are strength too. There's strength and being strong enough to continue the challenge throughout the days, good, bad, whatever happens, you have to have strength. So inspiration is another one that I learned, being inspired by the creators and being inspired from the muse of creativity to keep pushing and keep presenting, either writing it, drawing it, thumbnails, whatever. So I think creativity and inspiration, all that stuff, I've learned so much from this, and I probably could go down the line and list all kinds of things that the 100-day challenge means to me. But it also means friendships too, because I've become really good friends with a lot of you people that I've met, and I'm thankful for that. So, and last but not least, I thank Kevin Cross for bringing the 100 Days of Making Comics challenge out, because without that, I think a lot of us wouldn't shine, wouldn't have the ability to be dedicated and courageous and show our strengths and our weaknesses and all that during this challenge. And for it to bring people together, because I think that's important. A lot of us are brought together to do this challenge, and at times we hold each other up, you know what I mean? Like, so I think that's an important thing, and I thank him for that, and I thank all of you again. I'm not sure what direction Oba will go in after I finish the first graphic novel, first story. I'm hoping that there's a future for that story, that character, because he is an astral traveler. So, and this is just one portion, one story of his travels, and we'll see what happens. Ultimately, in the end, I'd also like to thank my wife for continually giving me support and pushing me to keep going with this story. She said that I needed to finish this because she knows it was part of the healing process with what I had going on. So much love to her for her support through the whole challenge. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. It was awesome having you guys check in and make comments and just check in on the art, story, whatever. This is Larry Lonsby Jr. signing off, and I look forward to showing you more of Oba's world and more of the Astral Traveler's world in future casts. Take care, guys. Namaste. Be well. Be creative. And keep at it. Thanks.